Righto, Thoroughbreds, welcome back to another episode of Penalty Broncos. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to, and we're here to give you the best professional amateur advice on all things NRL and NRLW. This is the NRL episode, reviewing round 19, Titans v the Broncos at Cbus Super Stadium. Online, we got our Ford pack, as always, ready to truck some nut. Ringer, mate, how has your weekend and week been?
Britto, absolutely flying, mate. Slowly getting out of this funk I've been in with this fucking head cold. I think it's COVID. Lost all taste and smell the last couple of days. So I think we're really singing into the tail end of this bitch. So hopefully, yeah, mate. Got a couple of young fellas out of town, teaching them the ropes about chasing some shit around the property here. Waiting slayed a few boar. They thought that was the fucking best thing ever. Got a couple of good pigs, mate. It was great fun. Yeah, got to watch a bit of footy over the weekend. You know, playing I'm a bit sick. I might just have to sit on the couch. And got through a bit of rugby league, so absolutely winning. How about you, Langers? How'd you go, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. My week was good back in Collinsville. I feel like I'm saying that every week the last couple of
My
months.
house there, son.
Just like, I might as well buy a house there. Yeah, exactly right. I think it'll be cheaper. But no. My week was good, mate. Yeah, working in Collinsville and then back home for the weekend and wrap around some footy and chores and life sort of stuff as per usual. And yeah, as we can probably see for the viewers that are watching, back in a donga now, so hopefully the recording can come through okay. But yeah, good week, mate. Good week, good weekend. What about you, Britta? How was yours, mate?
Yeah, mate, full on, as always. We got to the V8s in Townsville, actually, over the weekend. I think it's been running for about 18 years, and I've never been. So the old brother-in-law had the tickets, so we went with the youngest. Big weekend. We folded that into a Cowboys v Bulldogs game. So he was well and truly busted by the time we got home. Slept well that night. But yeah, it was a great day, beautiful day actually. Nice, bloody clear, sunny with a bit of breeze, and couldn't figure out if the sounds that I was hearing was just a normal Townsville suburb or if the V8s were actually on. But thankfully, as we got closer, we could see the smoke coming off the tarmac, so she was all good. But yeah, other than that, ready to kick into another review, another win, 5 in a row. We're looking pretty good, straight into a bye, mate. Yeah, that's it. Get a bit of these into you.
Fuck yeah.
It might be a stupid dance, but fuck, it fires up a few other teams, doesn't it?
Ooh,
Oh,
doesn't it though?
put it away, you fucking drunk. 5 in a row.
Yeah. They love doing it when we're losing, but they hate it when we're winning. All right, just a shout out to remind everyone that's listening. If you do have a business, reach out. The email will be in the description wherever you're listening to this. So reach out, see what we've got. We've got a couple of sponsorship packages that might suit your budget. What else have we got? Like and subscribe, guys. If you're watching us right now, before we kick off, before we get cozy, hit the like button. Throw down a comment if you want. Feel free to comment as well if you're watching along on the YouTube. I believe you can comment on Spotify now. So just throw in a comment whenever you hear us say something, whether you agree, disagree. We don't give a shit. We're all about communication and engagement. So yeah, throw it down. All right. Previous game review. Like I said, we were at Cbus Super Stadium on Sunday at 6:15. Just after the ladies finished a dominant display, even with 12 on the field. We had one sent off for I'd say a sin binnable offence at best. At best,
Yeah.
but yeah, poor old Hicks. On debut too. And if you watched her debut video, she was pretty keen to she thought with the Tigers game, we smashed them. So she was pretty keen to get down and smash the Titans, and she didn't hold back. So good stuff. 190 seat capacity at Cbus, 24,553 were in attendance. So she's a bit of a full house there, which was good to see for the Gold Coast. A lot of that could have been Broncos fans that made the trip down the N1, but we'll see about that. First half, 2-14. Us coming out on top, 12-point lead at the half time. Second half was 12 all for a comfy full-time score of 14-26. As always, the home side will be the stats that I read out first, and then we fold into the Broncos there for those following along. Possession was 47% to 53%. Completion rate was disgusting, along with a couple of other stats there. 70% to the Titans. They went 28 out of 40. 78% to us, 33 out of 42. Not much better. Average set meters was 40.18 meters to 43.5. So we got a win there. Tackle efficiency. Now, by our standards, this was pretty disgusting. And this is kind of why we allowed the Titans to stay in the game, I guess, for quite a while. 85.68% to them, 85% neat for us. We're normally hovering about that 90, 92%. So penalties conceded wasn't too bad. It was 4-6, but the errors, 30 errors in total, 14 to the Titans, 16 to us. Absolutely disgusting stuff. 46 missed tackles by the Titans to our 28, but we had 26 ineffective to their 8 ineffective. Ruck infringements was 2-1. Inside 10 meters was 3-0. On reports, 2-0. I don't know, who did they get on report? I forgot to check that before we hit record there, but we ended up having one on report. Mr. Tyson Smoothie, he got done for a grade 1 crusher, I believe it was, but I think it's his first offence.
Pressure on the neck,
Yeah. First offence, so $1,000 fine, whatever it is, he's free to play. Before we get into Langer's review, Ringer, what's your thoughts on the game, mate, initially? Overview.
Yeah, just before we get into Langer's salubrious rundown of what no doubt is going to be an up and down affair after even the game was. It was with that many errors, it was, to be honest, it was a bit of a poo slinger of a game of football. Let's not beat around the bush. I don't think at any point we looked uncomfortable, which, defensively, we looked really good. I'm not unhappy about it. Actually, in the first 10 minutes, I was quite enjoying the four-play footy we were playing. Nothing silly, nothing dumb, kick the corners, play football, take the two. I was like, yep, we'll grind this out and we'll smoke these losers later on. And then we continue to just drop the ball. And I don't know, could have been a little bit of an Origin hangover with Payne and Paddy, Walshy, Gamma, all being away. You wonder whether there was a little bit of, it's just not as great a preparation. And Ben Hunt's first game at 9 all season comes in round 19. So, looked a little bit disjointed, but nothing that I don't think we can't fix with a week off over the bye. So, yeah, keen to get into the review, but definitely a lot of improvement. But I don't think I was not uncomfortable at any stage in this game. We looked like we could do it when we wanted to do it, and we looked like we could defend our way out of trouble anyway.
Yeah, no, good point with that, Hunty there. His service, I think I asked you guys in the chat, about 20 minutes in, I was like, what are we thinking of, Hunt? And it was definitely clear that some work in progress sort of going on. I don't know how much he would have done in terms of training coming back from his injury. And like you said, a couple of people out with Origin, the whole team's not there. This is the first time all year we've had our full-time spine on the field at one time. So I can't imagine it would have been the same with the training as well. Ezra, Walsh, all in the Origin camp, Hunt and Reynolds back, doing their thing, Hunt injured and everything. So anyway, I'm sure it'll get better. Like you said, Langer's in the green room there. They've got 2 weeks now to figure it out, and then we play the Eels. I think they're still without Mitch Moses, but he could be back when he verse up, but it is at home as well, so it should be pretty sweet. Take it away, Langers.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Let's get into it. I don't think Mitchell Moses will make a difference. It'll be Broncos 13 plus regardless. So, but hey, that's 2 weeks away. Let's focus on what's happened recently. Right, Thoroughbreds, let's get into it. So, yeah, as we all know, Broncos versus Titans. Broncos kick off to start the game. Straight into the second minute, we get a penalty to the Broncos for the Titans number 5, Philip Sammy, passing the ball after being tackled. That's just routine. Yeah, there was a bloke hanging off him. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Silly play by Philip, but hey, we will take it. Reynolds opts for the 2 points. Obviously, Reynolds being Reynolds converts it. Absolutely no dramas at all. 2-0 after 2 minutes. And I was thinking, oh, sweet, it's going to be 80-0 to the Broncos here. They're just going to go with the clock, and it's going to be just great viewing for all thoroughbreds involved. How wrong I was. So from the second minute, we'll go into the 5th minute. Penalty of the Broncos for a high shot on Big X by Titans number 8, Mo Fonaweka. Basically, just helps the Broncos with an attacking opportunity. Next minute into the 6th, we get a pass from Ezra Mann to Gemmet Shibasaki, which is ruled forward. I think that could have been flat. Like it just depends on the ref.
Yeah.
I've seen more forward passes be ruled flat than that. So a little bit of a sort of unlucky break from the Broncos, I guess. But in saying that, the next minute, into the 7th minute, forward pass from the Titans number 7, Jaden Campbell, helped stop an inevitable break through the Broncos defense. So, yeah, once again, lucky escape for the Broncos. That pass, again, looked pretty flat to me. So, yeah, basically the same as Ezra's pass. I guess that's sort of 1-1. I guess we can sort of chop that down to. Set for the Broncos ends with Shibasaki being tackled comfortably on the Titans' 4-meter line, which it's not the worst thing. Sort of pins the Titans down their end, so we will sort of take that. From the 7th minute into the 10th minute, we got Ezra Mann picks up a drop ball that the Titans' number 3, Brian Kelly, throws to an offside Sam Verrills, who doesn't play at the ball. So Sam's trying to run back onside. Brian sort of gets his hand free, tries to throw it to what he thought was an onside Titans player, but probably unlucky for us, lucky for them that Sam didn't play at the ball, because then that would have been just an instant penalty for us. But he didn't, but Ezra still picks it up. Nice little pick up and scoot from Ezra. I thought it was, a good little sort of one-off, sort of all-in-one play, just picking up and go. So that was good. That sort of set Jordan Ricky, he gets held up in goal on the second
Yeah.
tackle. That was, I thought he might have been in there, but good Titans D really to stop him. But the next one in the 12th minute, same set, no try to Brendan Piakura after just a lovely little grubber in behind the Titans defense by none other than Adam Reynolds. Unfortunately, it's ruled that Piakura drops the ball before planting it down. Piakura knocks himself out, just slamming his mush into the turf. Holy, the grazes on that boy's face afterwards.
Good old
Holy.
case of carpet burn. Jesus.
Oh, my Lord. So he goes off for a HIA, fails the HIA, understandably. So obviously he doesn't return for the game. But yeah, boys, what do you think? Do you think that should have been a try? Brito, I'll throw to you, mate. Should that have been a try?
Every day of the week. I think we've seen somebody else's try. I think it was Staggs or something awarded for that. Like, I know that they say there was separation, and then they literally use the words "failed to regrip." I'm sorry, but in that instant, no one is regripping the ball. You are placing your hand and you're putting pressure, downward pressure on the ball before it touches the grass. And I thought that's what Brendan did. I mean, let's side note, that kid's got to have a rest. I know he's a weapon, but his brain cannot be doing any good like at the moment. But
PTE candidate like a motherfucker.
he is a walking CTE bloody candidate. I did see someone put a voiceover. I think it was when the fox knocked himself out, and I think it was Bush Tucker Bungie did a voiceover for the fox doing the caterpillar, and they put that over Brendan hitting the ground. Oh, it's great. But yeah, no, I reckon that should have been a try. I reckon a lot of multis got ruined on that call too, because ain't no way he was coming back on to make up for it.
No. What about you, Ringer, mate? What are your thoughts on it?
First of all, what the hell have they got underneath the grass at Seabus? Fucking crushed coral? Because my God, he fucking tore half of his face off. It looked like he went face first on bitumen. Poor kid. But I mean, yeah, it's headgear now for Brendan. I think he's got to do the Victor Radley. He's just got to bite the bullet, put a fucking headgear on because
But he
he
used
can
to wear
find a
headgear,
way
yeah?
to knock himself out. And I think this 2-week break is coming at an absolute perfect time for Brendan. But 100% a try. They slow it down to the nth degree and they say, oh, he's got to regrip. But he didn't have control. He's slamming it down. The thing we've said 100 times on this podcast, it's not just the Broncos. You see it every week. If the player is just jamming the ball down, there's no such thing as regrip. They're just trying to plant the ball down.
Yep.
And his right hand never left contact with the ball. So his left hand did whatever it did, but his right hand just pushed the ball down. Like, it baffles me. Like, they're just trying so hard to not award a try when that was a try, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not as if there's no pressure from anyone else coming to stop him. Like, it's not a 50-50 call. He's scoring the fucking thing. So, I don't know. Hopefully they sort that shit out because this whole regrip thing sort of got me a bit baffled.
Oh,
But
yeah.
hopefully Brendan comes good. Hopefully he's got some
Yeah.
Vaso on that face of a night time so it doesn't stick to his pillowcase because,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think sort of the way that I look at it is if the Titans had scored that try, would you have been happy if it was a try? And yeah, I would have been. So therefore, I think, yes, it should have been a try. That's sort of my mentality around it anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's keep going. So also in the 12th minute, so basically straight after that, penalty to the Titans after Adam Reynolds just hung on for too long in the tackle. From that, Titans get their first sort of chop out of try for the night. That chop ends with a beautiful high kick defusal, which defusal apparently is not a word, but hey, I'll happily coin it for Penalty Broncos. So, yeah. High kick defusal from Josiah Karapani. I thought it was beautiful. Got up high, no dramas, looked very comfortable under the high ball. So, yep, got nothing but positive things to continue to say about Josiah. So, yep, good on him. From the 12th minute into the 14th minute, we got Brian Cowley from the Titans drops the ball trying to pass it during a tackle. I think just, got too excited, got the hand free, tried to pass it just to keep the play rolling. But, unfortunately couldn't come up with it, or fortunately for us, definitely. Broncos with an attacking opportunity. Opportunity ends with a bomb from Reynolds that the Titans winger, Jalen de Groot, drops. But unfortunately, Shibasaki and Mam they both go for it at the same time. They both fucking crash into each other. Mam sort of gets there by like a quarter of a second before Shibasaki. So he drops the ball. It's, ruled that he knocks it on and, just squanders an absolute certain try. So bit of miscommunication with the boys there. But, I mean, you sort of take that as sort of, heat of the moment sort of thing. So a ball flying in the in goal, everybody's going to go for it. So we will definitely forgive both of them for that. Into the 17th minute, we get a great run by Reece Walsh. Ends with him being held up in the Titans in goal and the Broncos second. I thought he had scored that until he himself, came out of the tackle and, he wasn't celebrating or anything like that. So that was good that, didn't have to muck around, play on our emotions or anything like that, having to wait for the replay or anything. He was like, nah, I didn't score that. And then, so straight up, back you go. Set ends with Mam kicking it on the fourth, which rolls dead for Titans 20-meter tap. A little stat here. So in the 17th minute, Broncos with 82% of the territory so far. Little stat flicked up on the TV as that rolled in. That's a big stat.
Yeah.
82%. That is ridiculous. And only 2-0. So that's sort of there's everything at this stage, unfortunately. 18th minute. Oh, sorry, ring it. Yep, go for it, mate.
Sorry, I seen that stat pop up too, and it was very telling that was only 2-0. But we had the Piakura disallowed try, we had Walsh held up, we had Ricky held up, and we had the Gamut Mam fuck up.
Mm.
Like, we potentially had 4 tries in the first 20 minutes. So the Titans did well. Like, you got to give them credit for holding those boys up, because they only do that against the Broncos. They're not doing that against anyone else. The fuckers, they're getting pumped by 60, but, they're doing it against us, which is so good on them. But, I mean, we've left 4 tries on the plate here so far, so it could have quite easily been 26-0.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Into the 18th minute, we get a big tackle from Benny Hunt, forces the ball loose from Titans number 15, Jamin Jolliffe. Love to see that. Good on Benny Hunt for that one. That was, love to see it. Watching that, and you're just like, oh, here we go, Benny. Good to see you back,
She's
mate.
back.
Set ends with a man knock on after an average pass by Ben Hunt after we've just glazed the lad. He was at dummy half. To be fair, when Hunt got the ball, Regan Campbell-Gillard, he just shoots out of the line and pushes Hunt as he goes to pass it. So, threw him off balance. So, we'll accept that one. Into the 20th minute, we get a penalty to the Titans for the markers not being square. Pretty sure that was Big X. He was sort of riding old mate like a fucking cowboy there for a little bit. So, but yeah, got ruled as markers not being square. So, we'll accept that one, I guess. Titans set ends with them being held up in the Broncos in goal for a Broncos 10-meter tap. Into the 22nd minute, this is going to be a recurring thing, Thoroughbreds. Penalty, error, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. 22nd minute, penalty to the Titans after an illegal steal from Adam Reynolds. It's classed as an illegal steal, 2-1 in the tackle, try to rake it out, that sort of stuff. Titans opt for the 2 points, which they convert rather easily. It's right in front. So, 2-2 in the 22nd minute.
Right,
Anybody got
right
any
about
chats on that one? Redo, talk to me.
right about this time, it was exactly like we talked about earlier. I was just like, they are dragging us down to their level and just beating us with experience. Like, it only takes you, how long does it take you to roll around the mud with a pig before you understand that the pig enjoys it? Like, that's the sort of stuff that we were looking at. And I was like, far out. Like, never once in this game was I nervous about losing it. Even with Jojo Fafita had a couple of great tries there. But even then, I was like, can we just get the full time, get the 2 points, and get the fuck out of the Gold Coast, please? Because this is not fun to watch, sort of thing. And it was quickly turning into a Poo Sling with the amount of errors from both sides as well. But anyway,
well, let's just keep going with the errors, shall we?
yeah.
So, from the 22nd minute into the 25th minute, we get a forward pass from Reece Walsh, ruins another attacking opportunity for the Broncos. My little stat here, a little note here: errors and penalties costing the Broncos. So, couldn't have come at a better time than you just said that, Brito. To be honest. Attacking opportunity from the Titans ends in the drop ball from Jojo Fafita. Into the 28th minute, we get a knock on by Reynolds after he kicks it, and it bounces off Titans number 9, Sam Verrills, into him, which he then drops. So, I don't know. I feel like the camera angles weren't really playing in our favour, but Sam 100% played at that ball. His leg went off the ground about half a metre, so he was either playing at the ball or he was trying to trip Reynolds as he was coming through. It was one or the other, but apparently it's ruled that, Sam Verrills didn't touch the ball with his hands. It must have just kicked him straight in the guts, and then Reynolds has tried to regather it, and it's ruled that, he knocked it on, unfortunately. So, basically after all that little scrimmage, there was just a knock on against Reynolds, unfortunately. So,
Errol's 100% touched it with his arm too.
mate, from the camera angles
He
that I
looked
saw,
that
which
guilty. He's just turned around, walked off out of camera.
Yeah.
You fucking know exactly that. You've got red mark on your
100%.
arm. You're trying to hide from the referee. It hit you that hard.
Yeah, I was watching the replay, and I was like, how has he not touched that? He's 100% played at it. How has he not touched that ball? But anyway, the refs for a reason, and we're doing this for a reason, I guess. So we just got to accept what they rule, unfortunately. Into the 29th minute, Karapani, he drops a bomb from Jaden Campbell from the Titans, giving them a great opportunity to score their first try. Set ends with the Titans number 11, Chris Randall, being held up in the Broncos in goal by, some good scrambling defence. Shibba, Jack Goss, Reece Walsh, and I think Paddy Carrigan all rolled in there to stop the try, and that was a fit tackle, so changeover for them. So I thought that was really good. Shibba did well, I think, just sort of holding him up before that, to give time for the other fellas to get there and make sure he doesn't score. So I thought that was really, really good. Into the 32nd minute. Now this is a little bit of a weird one. Titans somehow turn it over. The cameraman was definitely more keen on filming Dave Fafita coming onto the field than the actual game. So I don't really know what happened there. I tried to have a look, in other places to see, but it was all eyes on David Fafita coming into the game. So I don't know what happened or who did it, but Ezra Mam seemed to come up with the ball, so we will absolutely take that. Set for the Broncos ends with a knock-on by the Titans after a Reynolds bomb, giving the Broncos another attacking opportunity. And then into the 34th minute, our boy Ben Talty crashed it over after just a lovely flat bullet pass from Adam Reynolds, giving the Broncos their first try of the night. Beautiful pass by Reynolds, I thought, after all of the absolute poo sling that we have just discussed of like the first 33 and 3/4 minutes. Into the 34th minute, finally see a pass sort of stick. Boys' plan comes off. Second game for Ben Talty, and he gets a meat pie. So absolutely love that. Kick converted, obviously, 8-2 to the Broncos. Boys, what are your thoughts on that one? Ringer, I'll throw to you, mate.
Mate, couldn't be more happy for a journeyman to come in, finally get his crack, play NRL, like come in because we've had some injuries and whatnot, origin period. He's come in again after Payne get ruled out on late notice all of a sudden and scores a meaty and he played fucking well. And I think Ben Talty is going to see a hell of a lot of game time for the Broncos if he keeps that up. So just seems very safe, very good defensively, no bullshit in him, no, like very disciplined, and obviously has good hands because he took that crash play pretty well. Like he just ran that overs line just enough to get David Fafita, who was on the ground for 48 seconds and already looked tired in defence. So shout out to Billy Slater for dropping the hammer on Big Dave Fafita a couple of years ago, and now we can all see why. But and great effort too. He had to sort of get past. He was sort of half trip stumbled and still get the ball down over his head and
Alfred
come up with the Try July celebration too. The bloody spritz, bro. Good on him. Like you love to see it, eh? Love to see it. And the boys really got around him, so you can see he's obviously a good cunt. So anyway, I reckon Brito would have been foaming about now.
Brito.
Mate,
Brito, talk to me.
Mate, the only thing that I was more ropeable about was that I didn't have a fucking anytime try on him. I was fucking...
He would have been paying good, dude.
Paying good would have been just an absolute credible story. And two weeks now, I've dropped Leonarduzzi as well from the girls, so I'm fucking kicking myself at the moment. But everyone's quite aware that I love myself a good thickie. And Ben Talty has just been like, from the highlights that we've seen, this is Ben Talty. Like this isn't anything new. This is just how he's been playing his entire fucking career up to this point. And I mean, the fact that he can come in, another hats off to Madge. Madge identifying, or whoever identified, obviously Madge has to give the approval, but bringing him in, he gave him a couple of weeks in Q Cup. Righto, we need you. Come up. Did a good job in his debut. He just did his job, and that was it. And then this time he was just doing his job, and he's ended up with a meaty in the NRL in 2025. I wonder, been a long time coming for him, I guess. What are you, 26?
Yeah.
So good stuff.
I tell you what, the best thing too for me is that it gives you good confidence in our talent recognition and like the way forward that the club's looking. That there would have been 40 flashy, probably middle forwards getting around, 18, 19-year-old that they could have sunk some cash into. And someone has watched this young fellow and gone, no, he's got all the right attributes. He's obviously digging in. He's got the drive to want to do it. Bring him up, and he's showing rewards straight away. So that gives me a lot of confidence that someone at the club is making some really good decisions, because that's the sort of signings, like, Broncos are famous for it. Sean Berrigan, David Staggs, Darren Smith, like, run the list. Like, we've always had these absolute non-flashy Neville nobodies to the rest of the NRL who are absolute heroes to our club internally because of the job they do. And that's what, it's so good to see that sort of DNA still hanging around the club, I think.
I think with the culture, I think it shows as well the culture that Madge is trying to bring. Like, you can be anybody. We've got Shibasaki doing great things. We've got an absolute battle over the 9 that's actually improved. Like, dare I say it, Billy Walters is playing better than he was under his dad. So he's absolutely been the Nepo baby tag. If anyone ever was still tagging onto it, sort of thing. Looking at you, Langers, mate. But no, but I think Ben Talty is like the epitome of the culture that Madge is trying to build there. Like, it's great and good on him. Hopefully, I don't want to say anyone drops out, but hopefully he finds himself onto the bench at least, running into the finals. I reckon he'd be a great little. He'll be fresh too. He'll be so fresh.
Yeah, no, he'll be a great sort of addition on the bench once Big Bad Payne has hopefully fixes his back and comes back for us. So yeah, hopefully he's done enough to find a spot. He definitely deserves it. Rightio, let's keep going. Into the from the 34th minute, Ben Talty crashes over. Into the 36th minute, second tackle after the restart, and Jordan Ricky knocks it on, giving the Titans a sniff with 4 minutes to go in the half. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on for that one. Titans number 3, Brian Kelly throws a an average pass. We'll say an average, but no, it was a shit pass, which ends up behind their winger, and Katoni Staggs picks it up and scoots 80 meters. And oh my Lord, was I vocal at that point. But credit where credit is due. Good defense and speed from the Titans to stop Staggs from scoring. There was 3 there hot on the heels, and they ended up tracking him down and tackling him. So yeah, good on that. But didn't really matter, did it? Because the very next play, easy try to Jack Goss after just that superb pick up and run from Staggs. Basically, he gets tackled, picks it up. They spread it left, and then there's like a 5-on-1 overlap. So fucking Walsh just gets the ball. I thought he was going to kick it for a start then, and I was just like, but just through the hands at least. There's no kicks involved, and then he just long-balled it to Jack Goss, who strolled over untouched. Still had Shiba and Karapani on his left, no dramas. So good to see. Kick converted, 14-2, and then suddenly it was 2-2 for most of the first half, and now it's suddenly 14-2 within a couple of minutes. So very, very well for the Broncos. Into the 39th minute before half-time, Reynolds' 40-metre field goal charged down, giving the Broncos one last crack before the half-time break. Unfortunately, that crack ends with a knock-on from Staggs. Half-time siren sounds, and they still pack the scrum. I don't know if you saw that, to give the Titans one last tackle. The scrum wasn't even formed when the siren went off, and they're still like, no, you can still get one tackle.
Yeah.
It was just so uneventful, that tackle. I don't even know why they even bothered. Just wasted everybody's time. And that's basically half-time. So half-time, Broncos 14-2. It was an average first half from the Broncos, like even the Titans, but Broncos average. I mean, I don't think there's going to be too many people that are going to say, no, that was a really good half by the Broncos, being 12 up. I think it was pretty average from them. 11 errors from the Broncos, not good enough. 20 in total, though. So, it was just like what you boys have said, absolute poo sling from the get-go. Multiple penalties. Average completion rate, 62%. From the Broncos, that's not good enough. Broncos run meters, 900 to the Titans, 626. So that sort of just shows the sort of dominance that the Broncos did have, but just, squandered opportunities when they mattered most, unfortunately. No communication between the boys at times. I thought Ben Hunt's ball service was pretty average at times. We're sort of used to Pakesy just serving pills straight to the chest, no dramas, and then Billy Walters coming on and just making an absolute difference. And we sort of saw Ben Hunt at the hooker role for the first time, and I thought some of his passes were less than desirable, to be honest, and the person catching him had to actually do a bit of work to hang on to him. So hopefully that's just, ironing out the kinks, and, he can come back better in the second half, as we will soon find out. Reece Walsh looking good. Has a little chop at Katoni Staggs. I don't know if you saw
Didn't-
that, but had a little chop at him at halftime for not catching that ball. So, keeping everybody accountable. That was good. Good to see Staggs bite back as well. Like, who the fuck are you little prick, mate? And tell me what to do. So that was that was good. Dean Mariner, mate, I thought he was looking dangerous every time he got the ball. That man is fast. He skinned a few people, just burnt them straight out of the park. So, good, promising things from Dean Mariner, I thought. Staggs 80-metre run. That was definitely the highlight of the half, I thought. And, boys, what were your thoughts on the half? Ringer, I'll throw to you, mate.
Yeah, mate. There was a few held breaths, I dare say, that last try when Reece looked like I thought he was going to run to the corner himself for a minute, but then he threw that ball, and then I see Jack Goz come into frame. I'm like, oh, bro,
No.
please fucking catch this. Please don't fuck this up, because I will never forgive you if you do this. Anyway, but he got it and we went over. But definitely have to agree with you with Dean Mariner shout. He looked fucking dangerous, especially when we were coming out of our own end. There's a few times there where he'd skip up to the line and then just go, he'd nearly get around the centre, Brian Kelly. He'd done it two or three times where he was a bee's dick away from breaking the line, and you see how dangerous he is, and you go, okay, well, obviously retention and recruitment of the Broncos are doing something right, because you got Sally Cobb out the door, but Jesse Arthurs isn't playing at the moment. You still got Josiah Karapani and Dean Mariner sitting there, and Deloise Hoyter. So, there's the depth there is fine, I think. I don't think there's going to be any issue if any one of them fellas come in, if they have to come in for the rest of the game, rest of the season. Errors obviously killing us. Poo Slinger game, like Brito said, drag us down in the mud, fight like pigs, and the pigs enjoy it sort of shit. Like, definitely true. And also, kick options. If we're going to kick the fucking thing, like Ezra and Adam have been so good over the years of just dinking that ball in the in goal, repeat set. Last 6 weeks, I'd love to. I reckon they have double go dead to what they've got to pull up in the in goal. So something they desperately need to work on if we're going to come up against some of the top teams, because a Melbourne or a Canberra or even a Sharks is not going to let you get away with just kicking that fucking ball dead and giving them 7 tackles. So, landed on the try line, what's the worst that's going to happen? Because oftentimes we do have the lead runner. We do have the lead chaser for the ball, but the ball's fucking touching the dead ball line while we get to the try line. So, a couple of things to chew on going into the season, but errors, mate. I think that's the buzzword of this fucking game. Errors.
Yep, absolutely. Brito, what are your thoughts, mate?
It was absolutely shocking, like the errors that we were doing. But like you said, though, if we convert everything that we nearly got, we're looking at 40-2 going into the sheds. Like, we're looking at a completely different story, demoralizing sort of defeat for the Titans and whatnot. I think the Gronk said it best in the chat. You get that in and away from Mariner needs to be investigated, and it is criminal. Like the change of angle that lad has at an absolute flick, is awesome to see. The media certainly grabbed the Walsh v Staggs at halftime and tried to beat that up into something, mate. Again, culture, and I'm fucking here for it. You got your number one pretty boy that paints his nails. Everyone thinks that he's this thing that why is he's overrated and all this, having a chop at Tony Staggs, an absolute veteran in his position, because he didn't catch a ball. And then you got Katoni getting back at him. Like, he may not, I don't know if he was getting back at him as in, like, having a full go. He might have been just like, yeah, no, we'll pass the ball better or something like that. But fuck, man, I don't care. I don't care. Do it on the field. Don't do it behind. Show me that you want to win this game, is exactly what that is. I mean, people get up Mitch Moses for being too passionate. Him and Gutho used to go at it all the time. Mate, some clubs would kill for that passion.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So, I can't imagine that the boys would have been frustrated going in at halftime with that score when the potential to be 40 up, that would have been frustrating them as well. They obviously had the firepower there. Walsh on that last try did a great job at identifying. He just had to get outside. We had an overlap, throw the ball. Just well, he caught that with his face too, and I was definitely holding my breath as well. But good on him for sticking it and then putting it down. But yeah, I don't know. I looked at again. I wasn't uncomfortable. I was like, all right, we got this. We just need a couple of things to stick, and as long as we come out in the second half, which, by the way, I do have the stat here real quick for you guys. We have reduced our for and against in the second half down to a -6.
Hey, we'll take that. We'll take
we,
that.
We are a +86 in the first half, and we are -6 now in the second half. So we've done a lot of work over the last 5 games to really bring that in. So it was good to see. But yeah, overall, it was Poo Sling. I was just, we'll just finish the day out. Let's go.
Yep, absolutely. Rightio. Well, let's get into the second half. So yeah, Titans kick off for the second half. Couple of minutes of just sort of back and forth footy, a couple of sets there. And then in the 43rd minute, I think if this didn't happen, I think the journos and whatnot would have maybe taken that little chop between Reece and Katoni a little bit more further than what they could have. But yeah, we see a try to Reece Walsh after a beautiful break by Staggs down the right-hand side. That's Staggs fend, mate, on full display. Absolutely beautiful to watch. I just love it. Like, that's why Staggs is in the team. That's why he gets the money that he's on. Like I said in previous episodes, that fend on Staggs is worth 200 grand a year alone, and just on full display on Sunday. So absolutely take it. I thought Titans number 2, Jalen de Groot, got some wheels on him, mate. He's fucking fast.
Yeah, quick.
He nearly got
Yeah.
Walsh there. Like, he just came out of nowhere. So yeah, that boy fast as fuck. But yeah, no good for him. He didn't get him. So yeah, Walsh over, kick converted, obviously 20-2. Boys, thoughts on the try? Brito, talk to me.
Yeah, no, I love that one. Picture this though, Thoroughbreds. I've just watched Ben Talty crash over. So I'm already on a high. Then I get a Staggs fend, a little break down the sideline into a Reece Walsh, into a backflip for a try celebration. Yeah. Mate, I'm frothing at this point. No one's coming near me in the house. We're all getting all sorts. No, again, that little jink before, the little clash before halftime, and then straight into that. Beautiful. Sorted out. They got it done in the sheds. Let's go again. Bang. Link up. We're there. Beautiful. Love it.
Yep. Ring up.
100%. Absolutely love it. And it's almost exactly what they were having beef about before halftime. They got right in 3 minutes after halftime. It was fucking poetry. And wheels on Jalen de Groot, that fucking blew me away. I didn't realize that kid could move like that. I was like, Reece, careful. And he did really well to get away with what he did. And has to be a huge shout out to the Philly Thoroughbred in the crowd with the sign saying, Katoni, come suck my toes. Holy fucking hell. That's a big lift from the Thoroughbred out there, and I've got to pay respect to it.
Mate,
Yes,
they gotta do an award each round, I reckon, for best sign. I know the Warriors would probably win, 26 out
Yeah.
of 27, but every now and then someone would come up. Katoni ended up sharing that onto his story on Instagram.
Did
Like
he?
he's seen it and he loved it.
Lean into it.
It was good stuff.
right, Thoroughbreds into the 45th minute. Benny Hunt goes for a 40-20 on the Broncos' third tackle. Unfortunately, the bounce is not overly favourable for us, and the Titans end up with it on their 20-metre line. Into the next minute, 46th minute, penalty to the Titans for the Broncos being inside 10 metres. Pretty sure that was Paddy Carrigan there, just getting a little bit overzealous. Also, in the 46th minute, we get a penalty to the Titans, again for Tony Staggs not being square at marker. He sort of just, jumped off the mark too early. I think old mate tried to play the ball and there was sort of no one there to pick it up. So Katoni decided that that ball was his and tried to jump on
He
it.
was
But
square too, by the way.
yeah, I thought so too, to be honest. But yeah, ref didn't see it that way. So yeah, penalty to the Titans. Unfortunately, yeah, basically just, gives the Titans another good chop at a try. And unfortunately, in the 48th minute, we see a try to the Titans' number 4, Jojo Fafita, after a little grubber from AJ Brimson in behind the Broncos' defence. Walsh was nowhere to be seen there. He was either in the line on the right or was not expecting that little grubber or what, but he wasn't even in the camera vision when Jojo went over, unfortunately. So yeah, they go over, kick converted, 20-8. Chaps, any thoughts on the try there, Brito? Anything, mate?
Mate, yeah. I think he was in the line doing the Walsh thing where he just sort of up and hits him. He was hitting him pretty hard, actually. Sorry, while he was in the line. I noticed somebody tried to crash over earlier in the first half and Walsh fucking folded him around the hip level. I was like, oh, shit, okay. But yeah, they'd obviously done some tape. I mean, it's AJ Brimson. He can skin you on a bad day. So
Yeah.
he had the smarts about him, slipped it in there. Jojo went through. It was a great try. But I thought, but again, and in previous games against probably a better team, I'd start to hit the panic button. Like, we need to wake up. We need to figure out what we're doing here. But again, I was like, nah, we're all good. We're all good.
Yep. Ringer, talk to me.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, he definitely was caught up in the line. There was a crash play leading up, and him and Xavier Willison were caught, I'm pretty sure, in the tackle. And I think if you watch the vision, Reece grabs X to put him under the post because they had someone right here charging on what looked like going to be the short ball. So, even Reece actually was positioning his players and he was at marker. So I think they went shot, grubber. So I don't think he had time to get there, but which is, that's great work by AJ. But once again, like Brito said, if that's how they want to score their points, make them do it. Like if they want to, if their only way of scoring is to grubber in behind us and try and get a lucky bounce, let them have a crack at it because, it's a pretty low percentage play at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Rightio. Well, from the 48th minute into the 50th minute, we get a beautiful break from Josiah Karapani. The bloke skins about 3 Titans defenders with his little stepping sort of situation that he had. It was just like, sort of thing. So, yeah, no, it was great to see. Just basically setting up the Broncos for, just a great shot at another try. That set ends with Walsh sort of chip over the top, which is knocked dead by Brimson for a dropout. 51st minute, we see a failed short dropout from the Titans. Thoroughbreds, you know my thoughts on the short dropout, and I'm not even doing it. I won't do it. If it happens again, I'll go into it next episode, but we'll give the Thoroughbreds a rest from it. You'll know my feelings on it.
We've got to find out why they opt to do that. Hey, is it a risk of kicking it long and then copping an injury on the run back, sort of thing, versus just? I mean, if it fails, then you get to play the bullet to 10, so your line's set. I just if it's that, I don't understand why they don't go half-ass, go to the 20. just try and
Yeah.
kick it 20 so they're just that little bit further off and you can still have a shot. I mean, most of those lads can get to the 20 in the height, the flight distance of the ball. So why don't you just, send it up? But anyway, it
Yeah.
baffles me.
Risk to reward for me for the short dropout. High risk, minimal reward. Don't do it. But anyway, from that short dropout failed, Broncos, another great attacking opportunity, obviously. Unfortunately, we just get like a shocking pass from Mam, just too excited, throws the ball too high to Karapani off to the side. He has to jump like a meter in the air, fully extended to try to grab the ball. And then, he just ends up being taken over the side on the second tackle. So, just an average pass from Mam, unfortunately. Right idea, wrong pass is what I will chalk it up to. Too many Wheat Bix for breakfast yesterday. Just got a little bit too much mustard behind it. So we'll forgive him for that. Then we have like a couple of minutes of just, normal footy, just grindy sort of footy backwards and forwards. Then into the 57th minute, we get the second try to Titans Jojo Fafita after like a pretty nice break from Chris Randall. I thought, credit where credit is due. And that break was actually pretty good from him. So, kick converted 20-14. Lads, thoughts on that try? Ringer?
Yeah, mate. Surprise, surprise. It's down Jack Goz's bloody edge that they're making these sort of inroads on us. So just something for the boys to keep an eye on if Brendan is going to have some time on the sideline. If Jack Goz is going to be, we've talked about it all year, he needs to clean this shit up. He needs to be prepared for these straight runners that come at his edge because all teams know it now, and that's where they found us out here. Chris Randall's a little demon, though. Like, started off as a 9, started playing 13, now he's playing edge for the fucking Titans, so good on him. But, once again, all stems from errors. It's just given them too much possession. That fuck up for the short dropout into Mam throwing it over the side. Well, not throwing it over the sideline, forcing Karapani to throw himself over the sideline pretty much. It's just weighted possession and silly errors, mate. Then, yes, once again, finding out Jack Goz on that left edge. So, more videotape for the boys to watch on their week off, I think.
Yep, definitely. Brito, any thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great little try. Hats off to anyone out there that had JoJo for a double. Would have been paying a pretty nice one there. But other than that, it was just that was our own fault. That entire try was based off our errors. And from here on in, I'm pretty sure the boys had a chat about it and had to tidy up those things. So it will be interesting going forward because, whether they extend Piakura, the 11-day protocol, he should be back for the Eels. But whether or not they just say, no, just as we run into the finals, have another week off. We've got the coverage. We'll work it from there. But hopefully they, have a look at it in the video session. But anyway, we go on.
We go on, we shall. So, into the 59th minute, pressure on the neck penalty, which is what we talked about at the start of this episode. Penalty of the Titans. That was, Tyson Smoothie, as we said, in that CZ Mon report. Correct,
Yeah.
Mr. Stat Man, Brito?
Correct.
Yep. From the 59th minute into the 60th minute, we get a failed intercept from Billy Walters. Definitely saves a try if he didn't get that ball. I'm pretty sure it was Tino that was going to be collecting it, and he was like 4 meters out with a full head of steam. Nobody was stopping him from there. So good on Billy from seeing that. Unfortunately, he couldn't hang on to it. It was, pretty unlucky. I think if he got it, it would have, he might have been away there. But
I think Walters made a life decision in that moment.
Go
Do
for
I
the
stand in
ball,
front
get
of Tino
folded
or
from
do I
the
try and
tackle.
get this ball? Had about
Exactly.
7 cracks at it on the way down too. It was a comedy of errors on the way down. I'm like, oh, he's got it. No. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, no. Damn it.
Yes, unfortunately, the big fella couldn't hang on to it. So, Titans get the ball back. Titans set ends with an intercept from Dean Mariner. Just a little bit of a brain snap from Jaden Campbell, I think it was. He's just sort of threw the ball, and Dean was there to pluck it out of the air. So good shit for the Broncos. Into the 61st minute, penalty of the Broncos for the Titans taking too long in the tackle. Pretty sure that was, Titans number 8, Mo Fonawaka, just sort of laying on, I think it was Smoothie, I think it was, maybe. Just sort of too long. Quick tap from Walsh. Love to see that. Good
Yeah.
sort of footy knowledge, footy IQ, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, quick tap from Walsh, and he scoots up the field, passes it to Ezra, who makes some good ground. Good to see that sort of footy knowledge on display. Into the 62nd minute, Billy fucking Walters. Yes. We see a try to Billy Walters after a lovely dummy, which Kieran Foran just takes hook, line, and sinker to stroll over for the Broncos' 4th try. 4th week in a row, my best friend and favourite player of all time comes on and makes a difference. Kick converted, 26-14. Chaps, talk to me about my best friend's try. Brito, go first, mate.
Mate, I love. So 2023, I started the year as a bit of a Billy hater. I was like, he is good, but he's not what we need. We need something else, blah, blah, blah. Leading up into that grand final completely changed my opinion of Billy, and I was a massive Billy fan. I can say right now that I am on the same trajectory this year. I just we've got too many. We'll give it to, Cuck Chair Corey. He's doing good stuff. Then we got Moser. All right, Moser's injured. And then Billy he just sits in it. Oh, he's doing a 40-20. Oh, he's doing, little breaks here and there. And he's cleaning up that dumb shit that he used to do, the 1-out stuff. Now the 1-out stuff is like diamonds every time he goes to touch it. No, it was great. I loved it, and good for it. Good to see it. Hope he keeps the form going.
Absolutely. Ringer, thoughts, mate?
Yeah, mate. I think what we're seeing, hopefully what we're seeing with Billy is the maturity in his decision making. He's got a couple more winters under his belt now, and those silly decisions where there were sort of low percentage plays that weren't coming off. It seems like now he's picking his moments so well. Like he's not trying to make something happen that isn't there. He's waiting until the opportunity is there and then using his skill to exploit it, because that try was like textbook 101 dummy half split the markers try, wasn't it? Like stood up out of dummy half, threw the big dummy out to the right, and then just strolled through a yawning gap to raucous applause in this household, I can tell you. But hopefully, mate. So it's a funny place we live in, this thing we call the world, in it, because if you were to tell me at the start of the year, Benny Hunt, he won't be settled in the team by round 20, and Billy Walters will be the most, Billy Walters will be by far your most cemented hooker, would absolutely fucking floor me at the start of the year. So, unfortunately, but I mean, this is the benefit of having that depth, is that Cuck Chair Corey, he's in the corner there, bro. He's priming himself on that chair in the corner, watching as things go on. And Benny Hunt want to fucking sort his shit out with this sort of service and delivery and getting the team rolling. Otherwise, he might be playing 17. We might be having a bench of Billy Walters, Talty, Jack Goz, and Ben Hunt. And you never know, because the momentum we've created in the last 5 weeks, we can't just let slip away because of some bad service. So, congratulations, Billy Walters. You are now our favourite hooker.
I feel
and well deserving too. Like, Thoroughbreds, if you've listened to previous episodes, you know that I was not a fan of Billy Walters by any stage. I wanted him out of the team, absolutely. But yeah, like 100% he is. He is the hooker out of everybody. Like I think everybody sort of had big hopes from Blake Moser maybe coming in, but I think his season's done. He broke his jaw last week, so I don't think he's coming
Yeah.
back anytime soon. And he doesn't need to either. The depth that we have for that 9 and 14 role, we don't need him at all. So yeah, he can just rest up and get a bit more experience in the Q Cup and maybe come back in a year or two and absolutely kill it like what we're all expecting him to do. So, yeah, absolutely kudos to my absolute bestest friend in the world, Billy motherfucking Walters. Good on to you, Billy. Righty, our Thoroughbreds, let's keep going. Into the 65th minute, Titans number 3, Brian Kelly, loses the ball after just a solid tackle from Katoni Staggs. That boy is aggressive. Like, I don't think there's too many other words, adjectives that you can call him. He is just aggressive, and I am absolutely here for it.
Yes.
Love to see Katoni getting angry and just folding someone. It's just poetry in motion. Broncos set ends with a bomb by Reynolds, which is unfortunately dropped by Dean Mariner. 68th minute, Titans number 9, Sam Verrills drops the ball, spoiling what would have probably been a try for them, to be honest. They were right there. Play was good. All he had to do was hang on to it and even dummy it, and he would have gone over or thrown the ball. And, yeah, Titans probably would have gone over. But unfortunately, Ben Talty took all the sticky spray for his try and, Sam couldn't hang on to it. So we will absolutely take that. Broncos get the ball. Broncos set ends in the ball going dead for a Titans 20-metre restart. Unfortunately, 71st minute, attacking kick from the Titans ends with Gemmet Shibasaki catching the ball in goal for a Broncos 20-metre tap. That set for the Bronco ends with Walsh kicking it over the side to give the Broncos a breather. I don't really know if he was planning to do that or if he wanted to. It seemed like he
I
wanted
think
to.
he
but
was, yeah.
the commentators weren't overly keen on it. They were sort of
No.
pretty critical of it, to be honest.
Yeah, so we've talked about this before. I think maybe when Ringer and I were doing it, that tactic is like 2000s, early 2000s sort of. You just kick for the corner, give everyone a breather, pack a scrum, make them come out of their end. Last 10 years, it's probably just dropped off, and like I don't know why. Maybe because the game is getting faster and whatnot. But yeah, I love it. I love when if you're trying to close out a game, kick for the corner, kick it dead, wander around, have a scratch, have a think, set your scrum up, and then just go again. They can't do a back line on you. They're in their 20.
Yeah.
They have to they have to do one out, you tackle them, then their forwards have to get ready out of the scrum. I mean, probably not these days. They don't really pack anything. Anyone just goes in there, but yeah, no, I like the tactic.
Yeah. Right, this is a bit of a weird one. I'll get your thoughts on this one. Into the 73rd minute, we see a penalty to the Broncos for Reece Walsh being tackled without the ball. So it was a bomb. Walsh was going to catch it, and he just gets absolutely smoked by, I can't even remember who it was. No eyes on the ball at all. All eyes on Walsh. Absolutely smokes him. No ball in sight when he gets poleaxed. Do you think that should have been a sin bin? Ringer, talk to me.
100%. I think that's one of the most dangerous. If you can't hit a ball player late, like if you hit a ball player slightly late now and they whiplash themselves, you're getting 10. So I don't understand the difference when a fullback is trying to take the ball, and he was like, the ball was still 20 foot in the air when he took him out. Like it wasn't even close. So 100% duty of care, protecting the player, blah, blah, blah. I reckon it's got to be 10 just to disincentivize. And exactly, like as a coach, and it just baffles me. If he does that, he could reach over the top of Reece and probably score a try.
Yeah.
Like I just don't understand how these professional players can be so one-dimensional in their thinking in something like that and get it so desperately wrong, because that could have ended pretty bad for Reece. It pretty much winded him for the rest of the game anyway. But I mean, yeah, I think it definitely should have been 10 in the bin.
Yep. Red Eye, thoughts, mate?
I mean, what's every other team look at it? Okay, we'll just take Reece out. We'll get a penalty at worst if that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like,
it.
no, you got to be. I'm sorry, but you got to be sent because it's just going to keep happening, and we're going to get an injury out of it and whatever. It was Khalees Haas, so I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
I'm gonna say that he knows Reece, and it wasn't any ill will. He was just trying to, do his job. But yeah, he mistimed the shit out of that, unfortunately, and
Yep,
very lucky that there wasn't an injury.
yep, definitely. Got another little question for you lads for this next one. Into the 77th minute, we see a hard run. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but hard is absolutely true from none other than Katoni Staggs, Mr. Aggressive himself. Absolutely flattened the Titans number 9, Sam Verrills. He only gets sent for a HIA like, 2-3 sets later after the independent doctor intervenes. I think he should have been sent straight away. That boy didn't know where he was or what he was doing, and yet he stayed on the field for like another couple of sets. So, yeah, Ringer, what are your thoughts on that, mate?
They nearly needed the golf buggy to come and fucking take him off the field. And I am sick of this shit, of
Yeah.
this HIA bullshit. The Matt Burton one earlier in the week against the Cowboys, it is fucking ridiculous. Matt Burton was way worse than Brendan Piakura.
Mm.
Like, Brendan hit the deck and he laid there for a bit because he was a bit stunned. Like, both of them, I understand, like, both of them should be failed HIA. But Matt Burton stumbling back to the line, it
Mate,
happened early in the year too, I think. I think it was actually in our game where he knocked himself out and they brought him back, and you're like, what the fuck are we talking about here? If these players are getting up stumbling, the play cannot resume until the trainer walks him off the nearest fucking place for him to start his HIA protocol. This Sam Verrills one is nearly the worst because he was KO'd.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and the independent doctor, what's the independent doctor watching? Like, mate, are they watching it on a 4-minute replay or like a delay to try and catch all the shit that's going? I don't know, because how are you that late on picking up someone getting knocked the fuck out? He looked like Zab Judah when he was trying to stand up after Tazoo fucking punched him in the mouth. Like, just get him off. Get him off. Like, at least get him off to the sideline and at least pretend like you care about their care about them, their
Well-being.
mentality and their fucking CD and all that bullshit. Run them back on in 5 minutes if they pass their category 2 or whatever. I don't care. But at least get them off the field, because they come on 4 sets later and they're like, oh, Sam, you got to go off. And he's like, huh? Why? Sam, you don't know what's happened in that 4 minutes. So just follow that yellow orange shirt, please.
Bruno,
mate,
what are your thoughts on it, mate?
mate. In the words of the Tuvi, there's got to be an investigation because there is a different set of HIA rules for anyone wearing a number 8, number 10, 11, 12, 13 jersey to anyone wearing a playmaking jersey.
Yeah.
Like that,
100%.
we were at the game and Matt Burton was right in front of us when he was trying to get up. And Matt, I know it's a professional sport, but I would have thought that if I was playing out there, I would have not played footy. I would have went straight over the mat to just hold the bloody lad up because that was disgusting. Like whatever had happened to him, he was not in a good way. And the fact that they didn't run Cohen Hess clean over in the next set, I feel like that was a bit of respect. I think Tommy Dearden or Robson or whatever was like, nah, we won't do that to him because he was there for the taking for a try. And then Sam Verrills is the same. Sat on his ass, had no idea. And then for him to mouth, I know he mouthed, oh, I'm fine. Mate, the only reason you think you're fine is because you don't remember what actually happened to you. Like
Yeah.
that's the only excuse that I can think of. But yeah, I Brendan Piakura, boom, down, gone. You're gone. You said we seen it the week before. He stumbled a bit, gone. The ref stopped it within 30 seconds. You're off. Matt Burton, with it, we don't even need to. You just need to keep walking. Like you're gone. Sam Verrill saying, keep walking, just go. because you're playing, and I'm sick of it as well. I'm sick of watching forwards get taken off for a quick rest and then come back on, but the playmakers, nah, mate, we don't give a fuck about your CTE.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely with you there. It definitely seems like there's two rules for depending on what jersey you don.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully they the doctors and whatnot can clear that up. Rightio, let's keep going. We only got a couple more to go. 78th minute, Walsh comes down ugly when him and AJ Brimson go up for the ball in the Broncos in goal. My heart was in my mouth when I saw Reece go basically horizontal, and then just like, oh, he's still got to land yet. this is not going to be good. Yeah, no. Luckily, he sort of doesn't injure himself too bad. I know he didn't get up overly quick, but unfortunately, it was ruled that Walsh knocks it on for a Broncos dropout. Reynolds sends it long, which I'm just so happy with. This is like, mate, like we're winning. There's 2 minutes to go. Calm the fuck down. We don't need to be doing any short dropout bullshit. Send it long, which he did. Love to see it. In the 79th minute, Titans number 2, Jalen de Groot, loses it over the line after a beautiful defensive tackle by Gemmet Shibasaki. So, yeah, basically, de Groot's just diving over the line. Shiba comes over, knocks the ball out of his hands as he dives over. Beautiful to see. Love to see it. Good on you, Shiba. Also, in that 79th minute, Reece Walsh trying to be flashy, tries to put the ball behind his back. Ref was not here for it at all. And then just basically just rules it forward, just instantly just goes, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Reece. Forward pass, fuck off, mate, back to your box. And
Absolute
then,
party
basically,
pooper.
yeah, coward behaviour. And basically the clock runs out, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is full time. Broncos 26-14. Couple of full-time notes. Yeah, I think it was just an average game from the Broncos. To be honest, I don't think too many people are going to say that was a good game. Oh, Brito,
Quick
talk to me.
stats there on the 30 errors that you're going. 80 minutes divided by 30 errors is a error every 2.6 minutes.
Disgusting.
I think that's the definition of a poo sling.
Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough at all. Yeah, so, 30 errors, like what Brito just said. Little note here, Broncos should have put 50 on them, I think, with their sort of failed chances and whatnot. But, errors cost them. To be fair, I think the Titans sort of cost them, it probably wouldn't have been 50-14 sort of thing. It would have been a little bit sort of more in the Titans' favour as well, but it should have been about 50-30 with the amount of errors that were kicking around. Talty, good for his second game, I thought. Yeah, he did really well. Billy Walters comes on and makes a difference once again. Staggs, aggressive and dangerous. We've already talked about that. Walsh, hot and cold, rocks and diamonds, as we'll call it. Like he put up some good plays, still had 4 errors. So just that rocks and diamonds play that we know Walsh to be. Broncos 13 plus, fucked. Unfortunately, paying $1.96. I'm sure a few thoroughbreds wrapped around it. This thoroughbred certainly wrapped around it. Unfortunately, couldn't do it. But hey, 2 points is 2 points, so we will absolutely take it. Broncos 5 in a row, which is basically polar opposites to my best bets for the last 5 weeks. So hopefully I can clean that up. But I would normally say bring on the next opponent, but we have a bye next week, which is good for the Broncos. Obviously, Brandon Piakura slapped with that 11-day sort of ban protocol for his HIA. So that's really good that, he doesn't, we're not going to miss him sort of thing next game. He can have that time to rest and recover, same as Payne Haas. He can rest and recover his back. Lads, I've got 2 questions for you. First one, obviously, thoughts on the game. Second one, is it a tactical play to keep Walters on the bench until about, halfway through the second half so he can come on, tie defense, make a difference like he has the last, month? Or do you think he should get promoted to the number 9 jersey? So, Ringer, I'll throw to you first, mate. 2-point question. Talk to me.
Well, firstly, I think if something's not broke, we don't have to fix it. So to answer it quickly, I reckon we keep it as it is because we only seem to be using 7 interchanges anyway, most games. So what I think might be happening is that we are using up our hooker, be it Benny or Cuckchair Corey, for the 50 odd minutes and then bringing on Billy Walters. I think what they might have that one extra interchange up their sleeve for is if someone in the middle gets overly tired or we need to chase 10 points in the last 10 minutes. And then you would throw Ben Hunt into a roving middle forward role, just to add that little bit more ball playing in the middle. So that could be something to watch for running into the finals, Thoroughbreds, because we always seem to have that one up our sleeve. Mainly because a fair few of us get knocked out, Bender Pecura, looking at you, bruh. But yeah, so all in all, mate, I wouldn't change it at the moment because there must be. I'm trusting Madge. You know, I've fallen in to what do they call it? I'm blindly trusting my coach now because there was questions at the start, there was questions in the middle. There is still some questions, but I think they're more player questions than they are coaching questions. When you see things like Gamet, when you see things like Karapani, when you see things like Ben Talty, I think we've just got to sit back and trust what the coach is doing. And I think Billy Walters coming on with, 25 to 30 minutes left is the best thing for the team at the moment.
Yep. What were your thoughts on the whole game as a whole, mate? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, we definitely left some points out there. Like we said, 30 errors. I think all up there was 82 sets and there's 30 fucking errors. Like just disgusting fucking football. But we left 4 tries minimum on the plate. So, could have went better. It's funny how last time we played the Titans, we beat them 44 to 14 or whatever we beat them by into a bye. This time we've had a shitter experience into the bye, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out the other end of it. Very happy with Reece. His work rate's coming up so great. He actually had the most kick meters of anyone in our team, which is an odd stat. And I think Katoni done an excellent job on Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly can be a very, very dangerous strike centre. Brian Kelly made 5 errors, mostly because Katoni was all over him like fucking prickly heat. So, happy with some efforts, individual efforts, but obviously need to clean up all the bullshit in the middle, mate.
Yep. Brito, what were your thoughts on my question about Billy Walters coming off the bench or getting the number 9 jersey, mate?
I'm the same. I'll keep him on the bench. I think it's just a great little ace up the sleeve kind of trick. I will be interested to see if Madge toys with the rotation though, as in will Billy come on in the first half, play a little bit, and then get Benny on to finish the game, sort of thing. So we'll see how that pans out as we run into the finals. I just think Billy's, and like it's gone now where if you're on the bench, you're just not the best player. Now I think Billy is just perfect for that number 14 role. I love it there. He's got a great kicking game as well, so we lose absolutely nothing there when he comes on. He can play that covering role as well. And I mean, let's be fair, the work rate that Hunt's getting through, he could probably punch out 80 at a pinch if he needs to. So Billy can cover, roaming lock, he can outside or whatever. So, or even 5/8. We know he's played 5/8, half, all that sort of stuff. So I like that. When it comes to the game, I am all in on Madge. I think I had more hope than anything in the off season. Then we started well, like, okay, good. And then there were the questions, like, is he the right, what's going on at Red Hill? And I'm like, no, it's still hope. And now I'm like, yeah, no, we're all in. And it's good to see. I reckon the players have bought in too. I reckon, if they hadn't, that whole Cobbo thing, I reckon we would have fallen into a sack of shit, and it would have been last year and 2022 all over again, where the Titans come up to Suncorp on a Sunday during the day and spanked us. And we just spent more time sitting underneath the goalpost, twiddling our thumbs, wondering what the fuck was going on. So I really think that the Cobbo thing was the flashpoint. It was going to go one or both ways, and it's gone the right way. And I think that, behind closed door, they're all in on Madge as well, which is good. Quick shout out to Shibber. We just spare a thought for this poor young man, right? He has played fuck all, to be fair, in the rest of his in 1 week in his first real crack at first grade. He's had to play 80 minutes of Origin and then turn around and back up for his club and come up with that play on De Groot at the end of the 80 minutes as well. He would be shot right now. Like, this is a learning curve for Shibber. Like, everyone needs to remember, like, he's never been at this level before. And so, I reckon the bye has come at a great time for him as well, sort of just to reset the batteries a little bit.
Poor bastard's got to go and claim his check from Origin to top up his salary too.
Yeah, he's that electricity bill from 4 months ago still hasn't been paid. He's been that busy.
Get it off that payment plan, Russ.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, like, I think I'll just call the sea bus the pig pen at this point. Like, it was pretty gross. Bit of a poo sling. We got out of there. We got the 2 points. Let's just move on into the bye and move on into the Eels. You guys are right on the other potty, last potty. You guys said it was going to be close, and I was hoping that it'd be a big flogging because they're last. We're heading for the finals, hopefully top 4. But you're right. It was a bit of a slug match. So we'll see how
Closer
the Eels
than we
game goes.
expected. Yeah. Fucking
I think too, what we've got to be what gives us as thoroughbreds a lot of hope is that, would you say in the last 5 wins, we have put together 50 minutes of good football per game? Like, it's hard to win 5 NRL games in a row, and we have not looked good for any of those games for more than probably 20 minutes. So it's got to be a shot over the bow of the rest of the competition if this Broncos outfit can put together 80 minutes of football. There's got to be some danger signs there, because I'm yet to see it. I think we've seen it in round 1 against the Roosters, and we're like, holy fuck. And then we haven't seen it since. So to know that that's still there gives me some confidence that if we can get that clicking at the right time of the year, we are going to be a threat.
Mate, I 100% think we can win the comp. Like, there's no doubt. If we, on our best day, like, there is no team that can sort of, in my mind, and I'm one-eyed as shit, there's no team in the comp that can hang with us if we click all at once. So,
I mean, you can see it, like, like the second half against the Sharks, that last 20 minutes against the Bulldogs. You know, like, when we click, we fucking click. You know what I mean? So, I'm definitely with you there, Ringy. If we can do that for 80 minutes, I think, those big teams, Storm, Raiders, Bulldogs, I guess, like they don't have a hope at all.
Nah. Oh, I would be frothing over a Broncos Canberra grand final.
Yes.
2 teams with absolute dogs in the middle and absolute weapons out wide. Holy fuck, I'd froth that matchup.
Yep. Anything that's not a Storm fucking Panthers, mate, I'll get around.
That'd be excellent. Please get the Panthers away from it.
Storm, Panthers, Roosters can fuck off.
Yeah, they can all fuck right off.
All right. We'll run into man of the match now. This is the second time it's happened. The Thoroughbreds have come through with a split decision. We are tied, all 11 or something. I might have to have a check. But when voting closed, it was like 11 all. Reece Walsh, Ben Talty, man of the matches for the Thoroughbreds. So good to see Ben I was very surprised. There was quite a few people, obviously, that nominated him, and then quite a few. I was like, "Oh, Reece will get this one because it's Reece, and he did the backflip in a try and all that." But I was very surprised. So it was good to see. Reece's stats: 80 minutes, 4 points with 1 try. He went for 14 runs, 76 meters, and 33 post contact. 2 line break assists, 1 try assist, and 3 tackle breaks with an offload. So that's kind of your chalk and cheese with the 4 errors that he had. And then he went 5 tackles with 2 missed, 71.43% efficiency, 9 kicks with 310. So
Damn.
he kicked 9, was the same as Reynolds. Reynolds had 9 as well. So, Ben Talty, he played 33 minutes, so a little bit more than what he did on his debut. 4 points with a try, 10 runs for 111 meters and 40 post contact. What I like to see thoroughbreds is that 10 meters per run on an average. And then with the post contact, if you can get anywhere over 3 meters per run on average, that means you're bending that line more often than not. And Ben's getting 4, 4 creeping up to 5. So really good to see with that. 1 line break, 4 tackle breaks, 20 tackles with 1 miss and 2 ineffective for an 86.96 efficiency with 1 penalty. My man of the match, and I've been waiting all year to do this, and I didn't give it just because I wanted to give it. I gave it because I thought if he had scored the try that he got held up with, Jordan Ricky would have just been easily my man of the match. But just looking at it, so he punched out 80, 17 runs for 143 meters and 77 post contact, which was the most in the team as well.
Yeah.
So great effort there. 5 tackle breaks. He had a 3.16 second play the ball, which is the fastest in the team as well. So 17 runs and still punching out the fastest play the ball speed. Great effort, finding his front, getting the quick play the ball. Good to see. 37 tackles as well. 3 missed, 1 ineffective for a 90.2% efficiency. He had 1 error and 1 handling error. Bring him, mate. Any chat on the man of the matches there?
Well deserved. I think it's so good to see Ben Talty come up with a fucking to be in the conversation at all in your second NRL game for the Broncos. Fucking excellent, as we've already glazed him. Love the culture signing. Think it's going to do great things for the Broncos. Jordan Ricky picked up because of Piakura's HIA. It's obvious that Ricky's picked up the slack on that edge role. So, like we've been asking for however long now, we want a minimum of 10 runs out of you, Jordan. And we know you're going to defend, but we need 10 runs out of you to take some pressure off. For 17, mate, happy fucking days. And lo and behold, he almost scores a try and he wins our man of the match. So it's in the kid. We all know it. And hopefully this is a trend leading into the back end of the season because that's going to make us a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, 100%. Having second rows that people are afraid of. Been saying it for a while is something that we've desperately needed. Langers, mate, any chat there?
Yeah, no, I think those 3 lads, Ricky, Walsh, Talty, all very deserving. Like I said about Walsh, rocks and diamonds. Diamonds are just beautiful to see. It's why he's in the team. It's why he's on the money that he's on. Absolutely. 71.43 tackle efficiency. Probably need to improve that. 4 errors, 4 handling errors. Probably also need to improve that. That's where your rocks sort of come into play, unfortunately. But no, good on Ben Talty. Absolutely killing it for his second game. You can't ask or expect anything more from what that bloke is performing. And yeah, like what you said, Brito, it's just good to see we can celebrate Jordan Ricky's performance rather than being critical of him and saying, where have you been, sort of thing. So, yeah, love to see that. Keen to see Staggs' stats. I thought he was also really, really good. I think he had probably a few missed tackles. We'll probably get to that directly. But no, yeah, those three, all well-deserving. So well done on the Thoroughbreds for putting, those two up on the line. And Brito picking Ricky, mate. I agree with all of them.
Good stuff there. So the top stat earners there, Ricky with 37 tackles, Jola for the Titans with 41. Most run meters was Staggs at 236. Sammy had 187. Line breaks, there was 5 from our team that got 1 each, and then 3 from the Titans. Reynolds topped the point scorers again with 10. That aim on that boot is lethal. Do not want to get into a shootout with the Broncos if we're going try for try with that lad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Post-contact meters, Ricky at 77, like I said. Sammy had 71. Most runs was Carrigan at 20. Sammy had 23. Most offloads was Carrigan with 3. Tino got away 5. And then most tackle breaks, Mariner had 9 tackle breaks.
Damn.
With that
Can we just go
light-footed
through
shit.
Mariner's quick stats here?
Do it.
Because I had it written down because he had some good moments, right? But I was blown away by these eventual stats. 17 runs, 146 meters, 64 post contact with 9 tackle breaks.
Yeah.
That is fucking elite backline work from our Reggie fucking, our Reggie winger. Like, thank you very much. We've got some bloke that nearly every team in the NRL would have at a heartbeat on their edge. So, very good to see Mariner coming in and putting those sort of numbers up, putting his name firmly in the picture for if someone goes down or stops performing, put me in, coach. I'm right here.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because I was looking through the stats and I was like, Jesus Christ, like I should nearly give this to Mariner sort of thing. But the only reason I didn't is because, we didn't get close to the try line, a few things there. But talk about, so beginning of the year, Mariner comes out, Mariner's probably going to lose his spot. And then Staggs sort of gets injured. So then it's going to be a fight between Shibasaki and Mariner for that center spot when Staggs comes back. Eventually, Shiba wins it. It all happens from there. Shiba goes to play Origin. Mariner could have easily kicked rocks and gone, fucking what? Like, I'm so much better than who's this guy, this train and trial guy, blah, blah, blah. But he has gone back, and I've been watching his stats in Q Cup, and he has been ripping and tearing in. And then he gets a shot in the jersey, and he just does not, like, Madge has absolutely zero choice. If anyone slacks off a little bit or an injury, Dean is front and center. Hey, coach, I'm here. Like, he's sitting in the office ready, sort of thing, ready to go. I fucking love the attitude, and he is, I just hats off to Mariner, mate. You're doing great. You're
He's
doing
just
well.
tapping on the coach's box's glass, say like, I'm here.
Mate.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Put me in, coach.
Langers, mate, do you want to have a look at the back line there? Is anything standing out for you?
Yeah, mate, I'd love to glaze all 5 of them, but I'll pick 2 in particular. I'll talk about Staggs because I just ran my mouth about him just before. 17 runs, 236 run meters, 48 post contact. We'll take that all day. 15 tackles, which was the most from the back line. But yes, he did have 4 missed, which is unfortunate, but the man is dangerous. The man is aggressive. I would much rather have him on our team than playing against him. Like I said, that Staggs fend is worth a couple of $100,000 a year alone. And yeah, it was on full display on this game. So love to see it. But another one, Shibasaki. I mean, we've been glazing the lad for ages, and well deservingly so. But 10 runs, 100 run meters. So you're getting that 10 meters like what you were asking for, Brito. 34 post contact, so 3.4 meters bending the line, just like you're asking. 92% tackle efficiency. He gets 11 tackles as well. Clean sheet of errors after backing up with a great performance from Origin. It's his first sort of chop at this sort of level with this sort of high stakes, and the lad is absolutely killing it on 80 grand a year, an absolute penny to what Reece Walsh is on, and absolutely killing it. So yeah, good on Mr. Shibasaki, I thought, mate.
Terrible year for Cobbo to have a contract year, really.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like you got like, mate, you want how much? We got 80 grand over here doing doing an absolute job. So yeah, it's kind of, yeah, you really had to sort of, if the rumors are true about his attitude towards training or whatnot, absolute shocking year for a contract year.
Yeah.
What about you, Ringo? Anyone else in the back line, or are we moving on from there?
No, mate. The kick meters from Walsh I thought was interesting, having the most kick meters for the team. All the boys, you got to add to Shibba's stats that try saver.
Yeah.
Like how athletic's that big bastard to come around and hit. Oh, like that's magical awareness, body. I don't know what they even call that because I don't have it. So, but yeah, just awareness and agility to get that done. And I just quickly done that while you were talking. Mariner is contracted to the Broncos till 2027 on 285,000 a year.
Yeah.
So, like, we have what you can't tell me that there's not someone out there going to pay 400 for that boy if we want to go down that route. But to have him locked up till 2027, it's like, thank you fucking very much. We have this great. Like, that's pretty good coin to be sitting in Reggie, so no wonder he's going good. But I mean, it's lovely to have that little backup plan, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And like doing the old I's and crossing T's and stuff like that. Like with the balances and checks of the salary cap, you can sort of see the way that Madge is starting to manipulate what's going on. And I mean, dare we say it, we could be building into quite a few years here of being successful.
Well, it'll all come down to, won't it? If they lock up some of these outside backs that we seem to have dripping off us, it's how we bring Moser and Kobe Black into
exactly,
which is beautiful with the age of our 9 and 7, isn't it? Like Ben Hunt and Adam Reynolds, they're not going to be around for much longer. So it's actually fucking, hopefully, get a prem or two out of these old boys and then bring in the young blood to dominate for the next decades.
Yeah, and all the young players that we do have now will be that ripe age of experience by the time Kobe and them come in, and
100%.
they'll just have the right environment around all of them. So it's good stuff. Just real quick, so the back line there, the 5 of them, they topped all runs. They made 73. All run meters was 807. They had the most line break assists, try assists, tackle breaks was 23 combined. So that was really good. The only bad thing is that they topped the error and handling errors. So, and by quite a bit too. They had 8 errors and 7 handling errors. So really need to bring that down. But, it was a Poo Sling. We've already talked about how many errors there were. On to the halves with Ezra, Reynolds, and Hunt. Ezra, you could say, had a mixed bag. He topped all runs for them. He had 120 run meters with 22 post contact out of 13 runs, but he had 6 tackle breaks, 9 tackles that he made. He missed 1, had 1 ineffective, but he had 3 errors and 3 handling errors. So that sort of says that he did have a mixed bag. And then Hunt, though, I thought solid, safe, 82% tackle efficiency, sure. Nothing else really flash except just a clean sheet of errors again. So I thought, all in all, it was a good hit out with that. So any chat there, Langers, on the halves, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with those sort of stats for the game that it was. I think probably the most exciting thing is that you've got your 6, 7, and your 9, and your 14, and your 1, all as potential kick options for the 5th. If Reynolds, he's not in position, he's got too much cover, whatever, you've got multiple other opportunities to throw the ball to them. They can still get the kick away. So good to see Mam sort of developing a bit of a kicking game. No, apart from that, mate, I think it's just sort of pretty good stats for the game that was.
What about you, Ringer, mate?
Yeah, mate. Have to very much mirror what Langers was saying there with the kick threat. We are very lucky to have when you look at other teams, you know, they're lucky to have their halves be both kick threats. And now with our rotation, Benny Hunt and Billy Walters are going to be our rotation into the end of the year. Benny Hunt is not scared to pull the trigger on a fourth tackle, third tackle, 40-20 shot. Doesn't give a fuck, and he can hit them. We all know that. That's going to be one of our strengths. And Billy Walters definitely has that in him too. So I think that's a great shout from Langers. That is dangerous to have that sort of potential coming off the bench, especially if we come into a windy game or a day game or something where we need to be on top of that sort of shit. We will have it. I think the errors in our two halves, I think there were 6 errors between Ezra and Adam Reynolds. So obviously we need to clean that shit up. Ezra was a bee's dick away from having a great game, I think. One of these kicks that went dead, that pass over to Josiah Carapani that was too high, right idea, wrong execution. He often had some space on that right-hand side when they were doing that sort of shape. Sometimes, like other games, he's going to just take that space on and probably score 3 tries. So I'm not worried about Ezra. He's going to have errors, and I know like he's going to have a game like that in him. So I'm glad that sort of happened on this night, not in a night where we're playing a top team. So I'm expecting big things from these fellas.
Yeah, 100%. All right, moving on to the engine room there. Willison, Piakura, he punched out 11 minutes. Unfortunately, Ricky did the 80, Carrigan and Hetherington. Carrigan just doing his job, getting through, backing up, doing 70 minutes after Origin. He still ended up punching out the most runs in 20, 174 174 run meters with 53 post contact. So well done with here. I think he had 3 offloads, got through a bunch of work, 32 tackles and whatnot. Shout out to Kobe Hetherington back in the 13 role, doing 50 minutes, 12 runs, 115 meters, 47 post contact, 55 tackles with 92% efficiency and 0 errors. Kobe,
Love
this is
that.
what we asked from you from the start, my boy.
Yeah.
Love.
But anyway, it is what it is. So we got that the engine room actually punched out the highest tackle efficiency of 87%, which was good to see. Obviously, they get through a bunch of work in the middle there with 133 tackles, so the boys were sticking when it counted, which was good. Ringer, mate, any chat on the engine room?
Solid without being dominant like we have been over the last few weeks, which was bound to happen. Like Paddy and Payne after game 3 of Decider, obviously going to be not Paddy and Payne. Paddy obviously not going to be as, vibrant after an Origin sort of performance, 3 games of it. X was obviously going to plateau, I think, after being up for so long. But there was no... Once again, I thought our defense in the middle was very solid. Very solid. Like, they found us out on our edges. They did not go through the front door, which is very pleasing. Kobe Hetherington, once again, probably an argument for him to be our best with Ben Talty on the night, just because he's so consistent at the moment. I think it was even in the commentary box, someone said, that's another good grassing tackle by Kobe Hetherington. He hasn't missed a tackle since 2008 or some fucking thing. It was a great call. But and it's good. It's good to see Kobe doing that job, because we've been glazed him for the last couple of weeks. And if we can continue that, we know what our forward pack is capable of. So to have players like Talty and Kobe sitting there ready to do the cleanup shit work, very exciting times, I think. And obviously, Ricky, brilliant, but in a game where he had to be. But other than that, mate, they were good without being great, and they weren't extremely dominant, but you can't really blame them.
What were you, Langus, mate?
Yeah, I thought Big X was quiet, like, while I was watching that game. It's sort of, he wasn't raising any flags or anything like that. He wasn't sort of making any big plays or anything. But just looking at his stats, 58 minutes played, 16 runs, 168 run meters. So still getting your 10 meters that you're looking for, Brito. 72 post contact meters. So I think that's up around the 4.5 ish. Yeah,
Yep.
4.5. So love that. 96% tackle efficiency. Yeah, no, I think it's really, really good sort of stats from the engine room for the game that it was. I think that overall tackle efficiency, it only drops to 87 because Brendan Pirakura has 3 tackles and 1 miss. So that drops him down to
Yeah.
75. But I'm sure if he played a few more minutes, he would have, got those sort of efficiency percentages up a little bit more. So, yeah, for the game that it was, mate, can't knock those performances at all.
Good stuff. All right, onto the bench, and I'll nearly say we nearly had a super bench. We went from up against the Bulldogs, where I was like, "Shit, we're going to get absolutely torn to pieces because of our bench here," to this one. These boys stood up something chronic. Walters obviously came on. He had a try. Goswelski had a try. He had to play bigger minutes with Piakura going out, and then Talty got a try. Poor old Smoothie was the only one on the nudie run. From the bench there. And then, yeah, we've already talked about Talty's stats there, but I mean, everyone nearly got a line break as well. We all had tackle breaks on the bench, offloads. There was only one there by Smoothie. 86% tackle efficiency. I mean, what, 80 tackles in
They're
total
all
with
in the
5
80s, yeah.
missed. Yeah. We had Walters and Goswelski, clean sheet of errors. And Smoothie and Talty were only 1 penalty off of doing the exact same thing. So really, really good. Like, the only thing they won, I think, was they had the most line breaks outside, like, when we compare them to the back line, the halves, and the engine room. They had 3, and they scored the most points. We got 12 points coming off the bench. I was super happy, I reckon. What about you, Langers?
Yeah, no, just looking at these stats, like, yeah, no, it is good. There's a lot of sort of green marks there, which is always good to see. Jack Gushevsky, fucking whatever. 69 minutes for only 8 runs. I would say that's probably maybe something that can be addressed. 8 runs, 68 run meters, 16 post contact. So was he averaging 2 post contact meters per run there? So yeah, probably that was probably the only sort of blight that I can see. But yeah, everybody in the minimum 83% tackle efficiency, love that. Nearly all of them got at least 20 tackles, so love that. Few clean sheet of errors, and then, yeah, like what you said, Smoothie and Talty only get 1 penalty apiece, and that stops them from having the whole bench a clean sheet of errors. So, yeah, I will absolutely take that all day.
What about you, Ringer?
Calling yourself out, mate.
Yeah. Well, thanks for
I
asking, Bruno.
agree. No, the bench did well. Bench did really bloody well. Considering, like, I think we're going to have to just live with the fact that Jack's going to make some bonehead decisions every now and then. But he done a 69-minute job on an edge for us in a game where he wasn't that wasn't on the cards. In saying that, I would be fucking terrified of him watching a young Ben Talty come on and take, 10 runs in 30 minutes compared to Jack's 7 runs in 69. Yeah, you'd be looking over your shoulder, I'd reckon. It's just the work rate from Jack, and we see that in defence as well when they come down that left edge. Sometimes the boy just looks dead set lost. Looks like he's never seen anyone run towards him in his life. So, but, other games, like we said, he was knocked it out of the park and he did score a try for us. So it's hard to be too critical. Talty great, Smoothie very good, Kobe brilliant, and Billy Walters brilliant. Firing on all cylinders, and this is a bench without that could, when Payne comes back, there's Willison goes straight onto it. You've got players like Ben Takura still sitting out in the wings there somewhere. So, yeah, it's positive signs, I think.
100%. Because Swolski to me is just an enigma. I don't understand it. You've got Shibber that's doing great things. Obviously we've seen Pakesy and whatever, and then Jack's there. He's there for a reason. Madge doesn't put him in for no reason. So I mean, hats off to you. Like I don't do 8 runs like Langish and then 24 tackle. I mean, he made 4 tackles more than Talty did. So yeah, I'd be pretty nervous, but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. He might be the next Willie Walters.
If you go into Jack's chicken shop, if it's like his football, some days you go there, it'll be best chicken you ever had, and sometimes you'll go there, it'll be fucking rabbit. Like,
what you got to do?
You won't know what you're going to get.
This is a plan. What you got to do, you got to talk shit about the chicken place, and then you got to go there. Because if you talk shit, it'll be great.
Fuck yeah, that's right. Yeah, just give it shit reviews, tell it it's terrible, and turn up there. It'll fucking be the best chook you've ever eaten in your life.
Yep. All right, we will move on to the Gronk now. Now, a little bit of a big segment this week. We're in round 19. Finals are coming up. Cowboys are getting a little bit, are they going to make it? Are they not? And the Gronk is getting a little bit uncomfortable. So we will see what he's got here. So just bear with it. And by all means, Todd, this is not our opinion. This is the Gronk's, okay?
G'day, boys. Just got a few suggestions for Toddy Payton this week. Look, the experiment's finished. I'm pretty sure we can all see Sergio is not a six yet. He might develop into one day, but at the moment, he's not cutting the mustard in the sixth jersey, and it is to the detriment of his development and to the detriment of all. So, swallow your pride, mate. Put Clifford back in there. I don't give a fuck what he said to you in the off-season or whatever's gone down there. Him and Dearden are the best two halves to lead us forward this year, I reckon. Also, second thing, don't be scared to swing that fucking axe, Toddy. 2, I'll start you off. Zach Labour, Robert Derby. Going to be for good first graders one day. But at the moment, the amount of unforced errors and dodgy defensive reads in those boys, it's not helping anyone. Certainly not us. And to my knowledge, I haven't heard of injuries or not. I hope they're injured because I'll be very fucking pissed off if Semi Velame and Viliami Vailea are just sitting there in Q Cup and while we're watching this fucking train wreck. I'll be very pissed. Also, 2 front rows. 2 big boppers in Griffin Neame and Jordan McLean. I think, and this is through no fault of their own, fuck me dead, bloody Griffin Neame's a Kiwi international for Christ's sake, but I think the game has evolved to a point where you can't afford to have 2 big loping sort of front rowers in the same team. Just laterally, they're not up to it, up to the speed of the game as it is right now. Have been in the past and have been good players. But I reckon that the game's evolved past that. You need more ruck speed, a bit more leg speed rather, and the ability to move laterally. And neither of them offer much offloading ability. So, and fuck me, like I can see it with my little eye, let alone Toddy Payton's glorious blue eyes when Cohen Hess and Thomas McKaylee come on the field. They just seem a lot more threatening through the middle. Cohen Hess is fucking origin back rower for Christ's sake, and Thomas McKaylee, he has great ability to offload the ball. Just look way more dangerous to me. So, Toddy, mate, if you're listening, take notes and make changes because we are in the doldrums. Goodbye.
It is not.
He's
fun
getting on board
times
with
for
the
Gronk.
theme of our podcast, isn't he? Trying to beat us for time.
Yeah, no, I was at the game, and I can tell you now, when Cohen Hess and McKaylee came on, they had some great line speed around the ruck there. It was pretty good, and then obviously good leg movement as well. So, where to go with the Cowboys? Really, Ringer?
Yeah, mate, I have to agree with him, but I don't think when he says they can't be in the same team, they just can't be on the field at the same time, I think, is more to the point. Like, do you rotate them with McKaylee and Cohen Hess, so you've got your big bopper smashing it up the middle, and, you counteract that with your more leg speed sort of forward. But it wasn't the forwards that was their problem the other night. He is right. Their backs. Poor Tommy Purdue. He's not yet ready to be a 6 in the NRL. Put him in the centres, he skins cunts. He's fucking fast as shit. He's strong for a big string bean fella. I do not know what. I think in Peyton's defence, I'm pretty sure Clifford got a calf injury or some fucking thing this week. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard that he got a bit of a calf strain or something. But yeah, and that poor Zach Labour, going to be a great player, but he did drop the ball 3 times in absolute fucking for zero reason. And typical Cowboys, they could have really put the screws on the Bulldogs for the rest of the competition, and they'd shit the bed once again. So thanks, Cowboys, for nothing.
Langers, mate, quick chat there.
Yeah, no, it's hard to disagree with the Gronk. I feel like I'm just agreeing with him every week. When I think of the Cowboys, I just feel sorry for Tommy Dearden, to be honest. Like, he's just
come on,
playing
Tommy.
with just absolute nufties at some points, like, you just feel so sorry for him. He's just a one-man army, at some points. But in saying that, I do think Drinkwater's try should have been allowed when Kickout came over the top and smoked him in the jaw, and also happened to collect the ball at the same time. I thought that was a bullshit call, and that would have won the Cowboys the game. So, but yeah, no, I agree with the Gronk. I definitely think Todd does need to swing the axe for a few of those players. I think they are on borrowed time, and maybe it's a depth issue. Who knows? But yeah, no, something definitely needs to change for the Cowboys. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think Adam O'Brien and Hannah is getting some smoke around that he might be looking for a first grade coaching gig. So Toddy and AOB need to probably check all their mirrors and everything like that. So, all right, we actually have 2 voicemails this week, guys. Thoroughbreds are starting to, Thoroughbreds are starting to come on board, and it's great to see. So we got one here with his name to it, and one with an anonymous, which is absolutely fine. Thoroughbreds, if you don't want to put your name on it, don't want to put your email, you don't have to. Go on, have a look, see how it works on the old Speak Pipe. A link is in the bio on all of our socials. But the first one is Gary Aylett. He's left us a message here. So we'll get into that now.
Good on you, Gaz.
Yeah, it's good.
Great win for the Broncos. Brilliant win. 5 on the trot. And we got the bye next week, which is fantastic. And Reece Walsh, I think he'll be okay after that nasty fall. The Broncos are looking so good. Like, that I've turned it around. Like, it's so good. How we went first. When we went really good at the start, and then we started to go down, and now we're back on top. So, just I hope that we can finish in the top 4, because we have to try to finish top 4 so we get a second chance in the finals. All right, go the Broncos!
Yeah.
Let's go the Broncos!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
I can love that.
Love that on your Gaza.
Good shit.
Gaz was sitting beside us at Magic Round last year. You'll have to remember it.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, I am 100% sure that's Gaz, because I got talking to him when we were watching that game. I'm pretty sure that's got to be Gaz. Got to be.
Nice. Fucking oath. I hope it is too. That's good.
Fuck yeah. It's great. Fucking good work, son. And he's definitely not wrong. Went good, went shit, starting to come good. Fucking love to see it.
It's good to see that, I know it's only one sample piece, but it's good to see that there are other thoroughbreds out there that weren't too deterred by that match from the Titans. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, let's just 2 points, let's get the fuck out of here, sort of things. What about you, Langus, mate? Thoughts from
No,
Gary
love it,
there.
love it. How do you disagree with the man? So no, love to see that. Yeah, like you just said, we're all on the same page, and yeah, look forward to the next game. We obviously got the bye next week, but yeah, Eels 6 on the trot, definitely on the cards. Let's go.
Real quick, I don't know if you have an opinion on this, but do you want us to finish top 4 for a second chance, or would you rather us be top dog and finish 5th, and then we just have games all the way through to the grand final? What are we looking at? Because like it's gonna be, you'd have to say it's gonna be Storm, Raiders, Bulldogs, and then I don't know who for that 4th spot. Like us, would you rather play them, even though we do have a second chance, or would you rather just beat down on whatever else is in the top 8? Langer?
I'll go, like, I think always being in the top 4 and just having that potential week off in the finals at the end of the season when, you know, bones are bruised and everybody's a little bit tired, a little bit sore and a little bit over it, so to speak. I think it definitely helps. But yeah, I think it sort of all depends on how all the other teams come up sort of, you know, by the end of the season as well. Like, yeah, if we converse a team that we think that we can absolutely smoke, then yeah, I'm all for 4th. But yeah, like 5th obviously has its merits as well. Like you're obviously going to be playing, you know, bottom of the top. So yeah, like, you know, they both have their merits, but yeah, you don't have that week off. So, you know, if injuries start coming into it, then, you know, you might have a depleted sort of side. In saying that, all we've been doing is saying how the depth that the Broncos have. So, you know, certain injuries won't really matter. You know, like I think Haas not playing for the last 2 weeks has proven that. I thought, you know, that boy was going to leave a massive hole. And like, while we have missed him 100%, it hasn't been to our detriment and just like, oh shit, when is he coming back? You know,
Yeah.
shove him for the cortisone and steroids and whatnot and get him back on the field because we need him, sort of thing. So yeah, like I'd be happy with 4th or 5th, to be honest.
Yep. Sweet. What about you, Ringer?
Yeah, it's a fucking great question because it's 1 plays 3 and 2 plays 4 now, isn't it, in the top 4? I'm pretty sure that's how they line it up. So depending on how that goes, unless the Raiders absolutely shit the bed, it looks like they're going to probably win minor premiership with their run home. So that would mean if we come 4th, we would have to play the Storm twice in the run into the finals and then again first week. So probably 5th isn't the fucking worst option, to be fair. Like, beat down on potentially Roosters, Dolphins, Sharks, maybe something like that. Statistically, you need to be in the top 4 to win the comp, but I think we all know we have the team, if fit, if firing. Doesn't matter where we finish, we can pump anyone. So, yeah, it'll all depend on if you want to play the Storm fucking 300 times running into the grand final. But mind you, to make the top 4, we have to beat them at least once in this run home. It'd be a pretty fucking solid flex to get the 4th spot, beat the Storm week 1 of the finals, and just kick back and go fucking good luck to the rest of you losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be very
100%.
interesting. It's so interesting. So I don't really mind either or because of the 2 different paths that would take us on.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's 1st versus 4th and 2nd versus 3rd, with the 1st and 2nd having the home games. Is how
See,
that
I'd
runs.
rather I wouldn't mind playing the Raiders.
Yeah,
I'd rather play the Raiders than the
Storm.
Storm.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
Yeah, 100%. I love your shout of a Broncos Raiders grand final. That'd
That'd be sick.
That'd be so good. All right, we've got another.
Going to be good for where we're going to be for the grand final. That's for true.
True. We got another one here, anonymous. Real quick, Thoroughbreds, this is all you got to do, mate. Just hit that link, go onto the speak pipe, throw down your message here, ask us a question, give us your opinion, or just cheer on the Broncos.
Up the mighty Broncos. You're doing well. Go well next week with the bye. Then we smash Eels and smash South and smash Storm and the Dolphins. You beauty. Get up.
That's it. That's what you got to do.
Simple thoroughbred.
Poetry.
But
Mate,
it's
What more do you need to say?
fucking put that in the ARIA Hall of Fame. Like, I want all of that to happen.
Yeah, fucking A. Absolutely.
That's
Good on Mr.
basically-
Anonymous for that one.
That's basically been this entire podcast summed up in 13 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's fucking great.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
So,
Should have played it at the start and saved the thoroughbreds a couple of hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. That's it, Thoroughbred. That's as easy as it is. So next time we throw up the link, jump on, have a go. All right, we'll quickly run through. We've taken up a fair bit of your time with this episode, so we'll quickly run through this. Onto the week ahead with the injuries. So Hayes and Jock are obviously out for the season. Jesse Arthurs has a rib injury. He's looking to be back after the bye. Corey Jensen, now he got a blood clot in his calf. He got a bit of a cork, didn't heal up. That's what they discovered. They did think he was going to come back earlier, but I mean, this bye has just come at the best fucking time. So I would have said, look, everyone's firing. Just have a rest, mate. And we've got the Storm twice going into the last few rounds. So we got to win at least one of them to give us some confidence if we do come up against them in the finals. So, yeah, everyone rest up. Payne Haas, he's got the back injury back in round 22 from what I can see. Brennan Piakura's got that head knock, 11-day turnaround, so he'll be good in 22 as well. Or 21, sorry. 21. And then Corey Pakes apparently picked up a bit of an elbow. I missed this completely, but he's on the injury list.
Okay.
So, yeah, injury to be confirmed. Haven't really seen much about it. I don't know if he heard it during Q Cup or what the go was there. But anyway, well, that'll come out during the week, hopefully. Judiciary, Tyson Smoothie, grade 1 crusher tackle. First Bronco in the judiciary since round 10 with Big X. But it's a first offence, $1,000, $1,500 fine, free to play. And we move on. So up against the bye, I think we're at $1 odds there. So pretty good, pretty safe. $7.50 we've come into to win the premiership.
Oh, dropping. Love to see it.
Getting short. So in terms of the buy placement for the year, we have been kissed on the dick. Is what I've written here. So first 2 Origin games we had buys, and then our final one of the year comes 7 rounds from the end of the regular season. We also come back after this at home against the Eels, so we don't have to travel away, which is good. The only other team I could think of that could truly be jumping for joy with their buy selection is the Raiders. So they have their last one in round 24, and then they go Panthers, Tigers, Dolphins. I want to say they've got the minor premierships all but wrapped up, but I mean, if you jump on the ladder predictor, depending on which way a couple of games go, will depend on whether or not they go through with that. But that's a pretty good run into the final. They get a good test with the Panthers, and they get the Tigers and the Dolphins. So that's good. And just so we are aware, we got to remember that the Panthers, thanks to the Cowboys, are only 1 point behind us. So we do have the Cowboys to thank us for something. Otherwise, they would be tied, but behind on for and against. Last 5 games, we've had Titans, Bulldogs, Warriors, Sharks, Titans, all with W's next to them. So that's good stuff.
Love to see that.
We'll move on. Big shout out to the tipping comp. Dan R, 7 from 8 with an 8 margin. Gronk, 6 from 8 with a 4 margin. And then we got Slippery Gypsy, scores 6 from 8 with a 13. Kate, 1812, goes 6 from 8 as well, but with a 16 margin. So that's the top 4. I go 5 from 8. Ringo, you went 4 from 8. We'll quickly move on from that. We've got Dan out front. Now, Dan is a work colleague of mine, and he's also in my work comp, and he is leaving us for dead in that competition as well. So somebody do something, please. Don't kneecap him, because he can still tip with kneecaps. But yeah, something needs to happen there. The Supercoach comp still going well. BJ's Battlers punched out 1,297 points for first. Elusive G-Spot back in the winner's circle, 1,252 for second. Milky's Maniacs makes an appearance, 1,215 for third. I scored 1,181. You got 1,171 after a bit of a robbery at the recount. The Immortal.
Scotty Drinkwater again.
the Gronk 1,141 and Slippery Gypsy 864, mate. Bloody hell!
I don't know what happened there.
Welcome to your first year.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on.
So
True,
yeah,
864 muck around.
yeah,
Copy.
We'll readjust. We'll reassemble the troops after this week.
Yeah, I'll have to get into the app and see what I've done.
BJ Battler's out in front there, although Elisa's Echidnas are slowly creeping up on the boy. But what's he looking at there? He's top 2,538 by the looks. Good stuff. Good stuff staying in that top 3,000-ish area, which is good to see. Best bets, look, not a good week. None of us got up. All of us got absolutely fucking rickrolled. No Karaz, no Wishart, no Karapani, and no Ozarko. Horrid week. Even the road to 1 million, 4 out of 14 with one void, sitting at 29%. Jesus.
We've hit a valley. We've hit a valley.
We have. Hopefully by the end of the year, though, we can do a bit of a fucking gift card giveaway. Otherwise, fuck it. We'll just draw someone random out of the thing and whatever. Any wrap up before we wrap up? I think we're pretty... Oh, is there anything? Nothing? Watch this space for Kalen Ponga going to New Zealand.
Yeah, going to play rugby.
Yeah. The 17th, so in a couple of days, Rugby League 26 is out. Shout out to Lincoln, actually. He's been invited. I don't actually know if I'm allowed to say this, but fuck it. No one listens to this podcast anyway. Lincoln's been invited down to the NRL headquarters to play Rugby League 26 on a pre-launch, and they've also got their scanning machine. So Lincoln is going to get his own avatar in the game.
Nice.
I already told him that I already told him I'm making Brendan Piakura fold his avatar.
I'm going to make him 5 out and throw hospital passes all day.
So yeah. But has anyone else got any wrap up before we wrap up?
No, mate, all good. I think we've covered pretty well into the bye round.
Bloody oath. We will be doing a podcast over the bye round. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll find something, you know us.
The ladies.
We'll talk about the ladies a bit more. Tune in most Friday nights by the looks of it. 2 Thoroughbreds will be a live where we do cover the previous round for the ladies and the upcoming game. We'll get that out hopefully every week because it looks like the girls are going very, very strong this year. And I am still holding out hope we can have an all Bronco grand final, which will be absolutely super. I can skip Christmas this year if that happens, put it that way. Righto, Thoroughbreds, that's all from us. Send us your thoughts on the game, what you like, what you don't like, what your opinions are. Do you agree with us, disagree? If you're listening to us, you've found us. We have grown steeply over the last couple of weeks, which is great to see. So please keep it going. If you're new here, tell your mates, whatever, get around. Head over to our socials. We are about 8 away from hitting 1,000 followers on Instagram. So once we do hit 1,000, we're not going to do what other pages do where they do the whole giveaway to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, then we're going to do a like, share, follow, whatnot. Bit of a big giveaway as a celebration for all the OGs that have sort of followed us from the start. So head over there, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Like on our post costs you guys nothing. The comment gives us motivation. Sharing our content introduces us to new people, and hitting the favorite button helps us with engagement. It's been really good seeing the positive chat that is on the socials, especially when like pesky Bulldog supporters get in there and whatnot. So been really good. Bet responsibly, bet for fun and not for the rant. Be a contributor to society. Stay out of one another unless it's consensual, and we will gallop off into the bye. Have a great week.
Cheers, Thoroughbreds.
Thanks, Thoroughbreds.